Well, hello, hello. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? It's time for day number 2 of the Wake the Warrior Within experience. I'm just getting everything ready. So, welcome everybody. If you are already live, excited. All right, looking good. I'm going to do this, drop it over in the group. And that's where the lives are streamed every day and where the party is really happening. So if you haven't joined us inside that community yet, please go ahead and do that. You do need to be signed up for the experience to join us in there. You also need to be signed up to win the prizes. So I'm just gonna just double check that everything's working over here. Okay, okay. So let's go. Okay, I'm seeing it. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Wednesday. Today is day number 2 of our party. And today we're talking about how we can unlock the power of you. Yes. You ready for that? Awesome. Okay, we're live. This is looking good. Dun, 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 dun. Just going to tag everybody. Come and hang out. Yoga time. At everyone. So while we're waiting and just getting everything rolling here, go ahead and let me know in the chat. What was your biggest takeaway from day 1? What was your biggest takeaway from day 1? So it doesn't seem to be working in there. So let me just do this. All right. Yoga time. Hmm. Okay. Great to see you all. Sorry, we're just making sure everyone knows that we're here. And okay, yoga time. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm seeing some loves. Woo, we're here. Yay. Okay, awesome. Thanks, everybody. All right, so let me know in the comments, what was your takeaway from session number 1? I really would love to hear that from you. A lot of you shared that in the community already. So let me know here because I would love to hear that. And I would love for you to share it with everybody. And if you haven't seen session 1 yet, totally fine. You can definitely be here with us live today and then go into the group. There was the rooster. Go into the group or watch it on the all access page. Okay. So you can do either of those. Each day I'm streaming live into the Facebook group, which is where we are right now. Okay. So we have people joining in. Yeah, you're here. Yay. Hi, Sue. Hi, Christine. You're here. Look, and Chirpy, do you hear? Do you hear the roostering in the background? Regina wants to be more like Chirpy. Yes. Okay. I'm glad he was such a hit. He was such a powerful tool and change in my life. And I love that you're all so welcoming. Hi, Anna. Welcome. So yes, I introduced you to somebody the other day, Chirpy the Rooster. If you didn't get to catch that yet, you can go listen to the story. It's quite funny. But today, I'm going to introduce you to someone who was even more influential for me at that time in my life and continues to be. So I am so, so excited that we are all here. So I'm just going to pull up the slides and you can all let me know if we're still good to go once that happens. Dum, bum, dum, bum, na, 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 na. Hi, Patricia. Lovely to see you here. Okay, I'm just going to close down Facebook. Likes to do the bingy bongies in the background. You know how it is. Okay, it's looking good for me, but just want to verify from your end. Can you still hear me and see me? Please let me know. Please let me know. And actually, while you do that, while you let me know, I want to give you something. I want to give you something really important, and I want you to really take this to heart. You deserve these. You deserve some gold stars. Okay, so give me some stars in the comments if you know that. If you know that you deserve some gold stars. Why? Well, you're here. You're part of this incredible experience. You're showing up for yourself to learn to dive deeper, to be able to unlock the power of you, to be able to cultivate calm and focus on command, to be able to get onto the mat and stand in your true power and strength. You deserve gold stars. Yes? So put them in the chat. Yay, good. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, you all do. And you all need a little pat on the back as well. So go ahead and give yourself a little pat on the back, okay? We want to learn to celebrate ourselves more. I know that this can be an interesting thing because we're really good at celebrating other people. Yes? Are you good at celebrating other people? Are you really good at cheering people on and giving them all the feedback and being encouraging and being loving? Give me a yes in the comments if that's something that you're awesome at. And is something that you are becoming more awesome at learning how to give yourself gold stars? I hope so, because that's a huge part of the work that we're here to do in life. It's a huge part of the work that we do inside the warrior's journey is to learn to celebrate yourself because my darling friend, you deserve so many more gold stars. And so it's such a fun thing to be able to do that, to celebrate yourself. And so I really want to honor that for you. It started out kind of as a joke. I say that in my classes, like, gold star, you did great. And I thought one day, okay, well, I'll bring some gold stars to a class of all adults. And I said, everyone line up on the way out the door. And I had all my students, grown adults, line up and put their hand out, and I put a gold star on their hand. And at first, they were kind of curious about what it meant. And then they were so proud of it. They would wear it to work and they'd show it to all their teammates. And then at the end of every class, my students would line up, adults line up at the end of the class and ask for their gold star sticker. So what started as a joke has turned into a powerful tool. I mail all of my students and my clients gold stars because I want you to learn to celebrate yourself more. So if you're on board with celebrating yourself more and learning to be more encouraging and more loving, give me some loves in the comments, please. So give me some loves in the comments. I just gave myself some hearts to lead by example. Okay, so off we go. Let's get started, shall we? Yes, you want a gold star. You deserve a gold star, Schroeder. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Beautiful. You all deserve gold stars. Okay, I'm going to put this down before I wave it around too much. Okay, so if you haven't already, you're here now. Let me know what time it is in your time zone right now. Put it in the comments, please. What time is it for you so that you know when to come on Friday. Okay, so that you know when to arrive on Friday. And so Friday is the 20th. So make sure to mark that in your calendar. Write it at the top of your journal or your playbook. If you haven't signed up already, you can sign up at thewarriorsjourney2023.com. Sign up for free to join us. Okay. So make sure you're signed up. You do need to be signed up to be in the community, to get the playbook, and to be eligible to win prizes. Danielle won the other day. So that's exciting. I'm so excited to share. And then, so there's lots of opportunities to learn points throughout our experience together by being here live and commenting. Okay. So live and commenting, you earn points. Sharing your takeaways in the group, of which many of you did. You all love my rooster. Thank you. He says thanks. He loves you too. Sharing your takeaways in the group, sharing your homework in the group. And also, while you're here, as you continue to comment, there will be a point in our time today where there's a screen and that will call out the last person that commented and they win a prize. Okay. So make sure you're playing along. So let's say in the chat, say all in the chat if you're all in and you're playing full out, because I know that you've committed to being here and I really honor that and I'm so grateful. So let's see some all ins in the chat if you're all in on it. Okay, so let's get started. If you don't have your playbook, please go ahead and grab that. And if you don't have a playbook, no worries. Then grab some paper, because remember, at the back of the playbook is your play-by-play card. And you fill that out and you have until Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 Eastern. You have until Sunday to fill this out, do the homework. You got to enter the homework into the posts of the day for that inside the community and take a little selfie. And you got to post that up by Sunday afternoon to be eligible to win a one-on-one session with me, a Power Path session, where we're going to do an alignment analysis using this super cool app, design a customized program just for you, and map out your 30-day Power Path plan. And that's for the grand prize winner. Okay. So who's excited about that? Give me some stars in the comments if you are all in and you're ready to play full out. Okay. Are we all in on that? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Okay. So here's an opportunity. Take a little screenshot. Take a little photo. You can tag that on your stories and you can tag it on Instagram. I am Megan Nolan, and you can help to spread the word on this because I really appreciate it, because I know so many of you had such beautiful takeaways about what are your North Star emotions? Like, what are the emotions of your vision? What can you begin to tap into now? Who are you being? All of these beautiful tools that are so powerfully aligned with you making magic this year, you bringing your big vision to life, you having impact, you generating income, you having that beautiful ripple effect on the world that you are here for, right? So that's what this is about. And so thank you for your help in spreading the word. For those of you that have and that will, I am grateful for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So today, let's go. We're going to learn about the second key element of your meaningful morning routine. We're going to learn two powerful words that are game changer words in so many things that you do, and one tool set that will help you to weave it all together. Okay. So weave it all together. So let me see in the chat, put an M in the chat if you love things that give you many benefits all at once. Do you love things that give you many benefits all at once? Put an M in the chat. M in the chat. Kind of like broccoli, right? Maybe broccoli is not your favorite vegetable, but broccoli gives vitamins, it gives minerals, it gives fiber, it gives you all these photochemicals. So it's kind of like broccoli, what you're going to learn, but it's way tastier and it's way more enjoyable. Okay. So we've seen some M's. Okay, perfect. Who likes broccoli? Does anybody like broccoli? I quite happen to like it. Give me a broccoli emoji. I know there is one. It's kind of cute. Okay, cool. We love the multi-layered benefits. Okay, so love it. Very awesome. All right, so quick review. Some of you are joining us live for the first time. Many of you were here on Monday, and that's awesome. So really quickly, what we went over on Monday was the first element of your meaningful morning routine, how you can begin to expand the vision that you have for yourself, which includes you feeling vibrantly alive and energized and grounded and happy. So I want to know in the comments, what are some of the ways that you connected to, that you truly want to begin to feel, that you saw in your vision, that you got from your future self? Put it in the comments, please. Were you grounded? Were you happy? Were you lit up? Were you radiant? Did you have that larger than life energy? Put it in the comments because that's really important. That's the first element of the meaningful morning routine. We talked about how your meaningful morning routine is the foundation for your holistic health and success. Your holistic health being mind, body, and spirit, right? And sometimes that can feel really elusive. You've heard that having vibrant vitality on all those is important, but it can feel elusive to be able and or impossible to be able to create a routine around that. But luckily, there is a powerful tool set that helps you to do that simultaneously. That's why I had you put M's, because there is a tool set that gives you many layers of benefit all at once, activating holistic health all at once. Okay, perfect. Yes, vibrant. We see broccoli. Okay, good. See, people do like broccoli. It's not. We talked about how your holistic health is essential for you to get to your goals, to be able to connect to that vision and have holistic success. And how do you want to cross the finish line, right? We talked about my friend who was a triathlete and who basically fell on the finish line and it was a hot mess, hot, sweaty mess, which, we all can be at times and that's okay. But how do you want to cross the finish line, right? Like a soaring eagle or a zoned out zombie. And the truth is, Regina made a great point, is that the finish line is always there for us, right? Because you're a visionary, because you have these goals, there's always going to be another finish line. There's always going to be a mountain for you to climb, right? So that's the thing, is that we're always growing and evolving. And that's it. That's why the garden analogy is so key, because you continuously are planting seeds. You're continuously watching things blossom. You're continuously plucking out roots or not roots, weeds. You're constantly pulling out weeds, like all those old stories and the beliefs and all the struggles, so that you're always nourishing and growing and blossoming even more fully, right? So that's a little bit about what we talked about on Monday. And we talked about how this is all going to start to make a lot more sense today, now that we're moving into the second pillar. So awesome. Let me just go back here. So people were connected to their truth. Schroeder was calm and activated. Sue was calm but energized. Happy, but I felt guilty for being happy. That's interesting. A lot of times we can have this story around feeling guilty about taking time for ourselves or making time for self-care or feeling that happiness. And so it is really important to just witness that, right? Witness that and love that and see that, because it always is an awareness. And your natural state is all of those things that you just wrote down, is happiness and joy and confidence and calm. That's your natural state. That's your true essence. But when we get stuck in the struggle stories of the worn out woman, and I shared my story about when I was totally exhausted and burnt out, and we are always in that go, 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 and we feel like, I can't stop, everything's going to fall apart. And in that frantic energy, we can have this story around, oh, well, who am I to feel happy? Who am I to take time out for myself? Who are you not to? Who are you not to? Because beautiful, one, the world needs your vibrant light. It needs your magic. It needs your gifts. And we really want you to be able to feel happy and to show up in that alignment with your true self, right? That's it. Some gold stars for that if you're on board with that, because you know that you have a mission, right? You know that you're here for a reason. Yes? Yes? Just put some stars in the comments because you all deserve some gold stars. Where's my little prop? Yes, gold stars all around. Bing, bing, bing. Sue says exactly. Yay, cool. Love it. Stars, stars, stars. Okay. So, one of the core, really powerful lessons that I really want you to take home with you is that a meaningful morning routine is the foundation. Louise Hay said, "The way you start your day is the way you live your day." And it's just like that habit that we hear so often of make your bed. It's that first task is done. When you take that time for yourself, whether it's 2 minutes or longer, then you are being so intentional about how you're showing up for yourself, but then also how you're showing up in your day. And that's truly what this is about, is you having the tools to think on purpose, to make your mind a powerful tool, to move your body on purpose, to keep it strong and healthy and energized, to breathe on purpose, to keep your spirit lit up and connected and joyful, so that you can show up on purpose as the purposeful powerhouse that you really are. And that's the essence of holistic health. And that's the essence of the tool set that you're going to learn today, because who's got time to do it all day long? Maybe you do, but ideally, we figure out a way, you have a way to be able to weave all of this together so that you do it simultaneously, right? Yay, Debbie made it live. Awesome. Gold stars for you. Welcome to the party. Happy that you're here. Okay, so let's continue. So if you have your book, go ahead and grab it. And we are going to go a little bit further here today. Oh, who was the Debbie, look at you go. You commented and you made it live and you are the winner. Awesome. Congratulations, Debbie. Let's congratulate Debbie in the comments. Yay, you in the Meaningful Morning Routine Kickstarter, which is 5 5-minute sessions, 2 full body workouts, 2 yoga practices, and a wake up your sleeping booty practice. Yes, we all sit so much. It's wreaking havoc on our bodies and it may be putting your bum to sleep. So sleeping booty it is. Technically called gluteal amnesia. That's not as cute as numb bum or sleeping booty. So let's wake it up, shall we? Yay. Okay, awesome. And it also includes an audio to help to begin to reprogram your mind, rewire your mind for joy and abundance and success. So congratulations, Debbie. Yay, 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 yay. And if you want to grab that too, you can on the All Access page. So it's on the All Access page for you to grab. And it's an awesome little Kickstarter for your morning routines. Thank you for giving Debbie love. I appreciate that a lot. Okay, so I want you to understand why this is important at a deep core level. Because yesterday we talked about your North Star emotions, and many of you shared the more elevated emotional states of joy and excitement and happiness and playfulness and curiosity, all of those emotions, right? And those are the emotions that you see and you feel in your vision. But we know that on the flip side of that are the ones that we tend to be challenged by and struggle with on a somewhat consistent basis, right? We can start to get into that worn out woman state of, oh, is this ever going to work out for me? You know, what am I even doing? Who am I to think that I should be happy? Like, what's the big deal? Why can't I figure it out? All of that inner dialogue of the saboteurs, right? The negative committee that we all have one in our head, or that inner dialogue of when we are drained and depleted and not taken care of, when we're in that state of the worn out woman or worn out man or worn out person, whatever you identify with. So that state, which are considered to be lower vibe state, right? We always hear about like high vibes, low vibes, not feeling it, ooh, heavy, like all of those things. Everything has a frequency to it. And so when we are in those more tight, anxious, worried, resistance type states, here's what's actually happening in your body. So what happens when you're in a state of anxiety and worry is that we start to see a very erratic, looking at the red rectangle at the top, we see a very erratic pattern of heartbeat. And you see how it's all like jagged, up and down, it drops low, it peaks back up, and you see how it's all over the place. So this is an inconsistent, or another word for that is incoherent, meaning it's not even, not steady. So when we are in those negative emotional states, which can happen and they always happen, right? I'm not about, happy all the time. That's not real. Like being honest with yourself. We're not always like rainbows and unicorns, right? But we want to know, I want you to know what impact these emotions can have on our health. So when we're in that frequency of, oh, super stressed out, I'm worried, that's the rhythm of your heart rate, close to that. And when your heart is beating at that rhythm, you're signaling stress to your body. Your breath changes, it gets short and shallow, and your brain is getting the message, "Mer, mer, mer," something's wrong. And it shifts into a stress state. It shifts into fight or flight. It shifts into a part of your brain called the amygdala, which is all about your survival, keeping you alive, basically moving you into either you got to get out of the situation, you got to handle it, or you just freeze. It's not shifting you into those higher function states by any means. It's shifting you into that place of just keeping you alive, because that's what your brain is wired to do. Thank you very much. Let's all have a moment of gratitude for that beautiful brain of yours. It's gotten you this far, and we are all grateful for it, right? But what's happening is that it's getting the signal that you are under stress. And so, because you're in that part of your brain, it's shutting down the higher functions of your brain, which are available to you in a coherent state. So let's move our eyes down to the lower blue rectangle and look at how steady and even the rhythm is down here. You can see how it's very consistent or coherent. And this is when you are in those elevated emotional states that you shared in your vision, your North Star emotions of your vision: love and appreciation and gratitude and playfulness and creativity. All of this is accessed when you are in that calm and coherent state, because your heart is steady, your breathing is steady, your brain gets the signal from your nervous system, everything is okay. Everything is okay because we are calm. And so it quiets the amygdala part of your brain and activates the higher functions of your brain called the prefrontal cortex. Debbie says, just looking at the red graphic makes me feel anxious, right? Exactly. So when we are in this coherent, calm state, you're in a thriving state. You're in a thriving state. You are in a state of optimum functioning in your body. There's a beautiful cascade of neurochemicals and different chemicals that allow you to function at your peak. Your muscles are stronger. You release extra weight. You are focused. You are clear headed. This is the higher functioning part of your brain. This is your wise warrior. This is when you are in flow, on point. Who loves being in flow and on point? Let's see some of that in the chat, because this is your natural state. When you are in that calm state, this is your natural state. And so this is really important for you to see. So this is, because I know many of you here love to learn. Let's see LL, if you consider yourself to be a lifelong learner. LL, do you love to learn? I'm willing to bet that you do. So this is why it's important for you to be aware of your North Star emotions and to live from this place, because of the impact that it has on your physical health, right? We learned the other day, you probably have heard before, that stress is associated, say it with me, stress is associated with every major chronic disease. So we need to do everything we can to lower your stress. And this is one of the powerful tools, right? So when you're in that higher function of your mind, you access creativity, you access imagination, clarity, focus, calm. So remember, we talked about why having a morning routine is important, but this is another one of the reasons why a more meaningful morning routine is the foundation for your holistic health. So I see some LLs. LL, love it, love it, love it. Cool. So does anybody have any questions about this before we go and see how, okay, yes, this makes sense. And this is why it's so powerful for you to have these tools, because when you catch yourself, because inevitably you will, we all have moments. We all have moments. But when you catch yourself in that state of anxiety or worry, and you're saying to yourself, I'm anxious right now, I'm worried right now, which we'll learn in a minute is quite powerful. You have a tool now to begin to recognize, ooh, okay, this is not my natural state. What am I going to do to come back home to yourself? How are you going to catch that and come back to your center using your breath, using some of the tools that we've been learning over the last few days to just really ground yourself back into this state of balance? Can I get some hearts if you are down for that? Because I really know that that's the state of your holistic well-being. That's the state of your radiant energy, your vibrant health. So, yes? Does that sound good? You want to learn how to come back to this state more frequently and live in this state consistently? Love it. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, beautiful, everybody. Bum, ba, bum. Awesome. So, really quick, wanted to share a little bit more about some of the impacts that this has had for some of my students inside the Warriors Journey who have learned to make their daily self-care a priority, helping how it's helped them to feel better and have more energy so they could be more present for their clients and in their business, becoming a better, more calm person, feeling mentally and physically incredible. And so really love this share from Brandy. So let's see. So Julie says, anxiety has become so conditioned. It feels like my home base. Excited to learn how to return to my true home state. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yes, exactly. One of the things that tends to happen is that when we're in that state so frequently and we spiral into it because we're being hijacked by the saboteurs of those, those chatter in the mind of this is how it is, and we start to pick and focus on things, it can keep us in that loop, right? But we want to learn to break the cycle of that and shift to focusing on these tools that you're going to be learning, and also the different emotional states that are your true nature. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And then Julie R. Thank you, Julie A. So Julie, who shared that she loved that the warrior's journey is holistic and considers her whole self, and that I really helped her to integrate all parts of her life from a healthy perspective and really see it multidimensionally, because darling, you are a multidimensional, multi-layered being, right? It's not just your physical health that we're here to help, but yes, yoga, exercise absolutely does that. Also, not just mental health, which is a key component, right? And of course, your physical body affects your mental health. We'll talk more about that, your emotional health. So really having it all layered on together. And then I really liked how she shared that my natural joie de vivre is infectious too. It's obvious she practiced what she preaches, because I can spot a bullshitter from a mile or even half a continent and an ocean away. She shows up in her programs exactly as she says she will. And that's huge and so inspiring. I share that to you because one of my core values is integrity and showing up the way that I say that I will, but showing up the way that's true to my heart and true to my mission and my North Star emotions, which are joy and gratitude and playfulness. So leaning into that and showing up for you this week is such an honor. And so I'm just really grateful that you're all here. I wanted to give you a little peek into what lies ahead for you inside the Warrior's Journey. And I wanted to remind you of what a wise man once said, because we all have heard this. We've all heard how your energy is important. We hear a lot about alignment and aligning to your vision, aligning your body, right, for strong posture and energy and how that affects everything. And a wise man once said that everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. When you match the frequency of the reality you desire, it cannot help but be yours. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Does anybody know who said that? He's quite a smart guy. Oh, Regina. Good job. Gold stars for you. Bingo. Yes, quite interesting that a physicist speaks to something so powerfully important as your energy and your vibrational frequency. So that's why I wanted you to tap into your vision. That's why I want you to know more about your vision and what lies ahead for you and who you're being and the beliefs that you have. So you have that clarity, you have that intention, because now what we get to do in the second element is to really lean into how you can begin to experience it now. So grab your playbook. Element number 2 is experience it now. And that is really all about you learning how to align your body, mind, and soul, right? Not just one part, but all three. Align it to the truth of who you are. That grounded, steady, even coherent you, right? So that's so, so powerful. How can you begin to start your day that way with a meaningful morning routine? Notice when you're not in that space anymore and zoop, realign to it so that you can constantly move from this place of your calm and confident center. That's the essence of element number 2. So the question to ask yourself, so each of the key elements has a question, right? So writing this in your notebook, experience it now. And the question to ask yourself for element number 2 is, who am I being? Who am I being, right? Remember that jagged, erratic, anxious, worried, sad, scared, stuck in the past, in that sort of perfectionist, avoider struggle of the saboteurs. Is that who is in your vision? Or are you being the grounded version of yourself, the whole, the connected version of yourself? So that's the question to ask yourself. In order to get to the finish line, if you will, or the top of the mountain, who do you get to be? Who do you get to be today? Who do you get to embody and connect to today? And this is powerful. Element number 2, right on the screen, shoulder. Element number 2 is experience it now. So, because the truth is that what you practice, you become. What you practice, you become. And that's in your notebook as well. Because remember, you are a gardener. You have the seeds. The universe, God, and nature already put the seeds inside of you. Now you get to mulch the soil, you get to pluck out the weeds, you get to do all of those things, right? You're welcome. So you get to do all of those things. But how can you do them consistently enough to fruit or flower or whatever it is you're nurturing in your particular garden? That's the magic of this. So who do you get to be consistently enough until you become it? Because 2 of the most powerful words in the English language are, does anybody want to guess what those 2 powerful words are? They're really short words, literally. Does anybody know what those 2 most powerful words in the English language are? Anybody? You want to guess? You want to guess? I'll wait, I'll dance, and maybe even snap my fingers. Yay, good. Debbie. Debbie gets a gold star. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The Buddha said, I am are the 2 most powerful words because what follows them becomes your destiny. What follows them? Are they 4-letter words? No. Those are powerful too. What follows those words becomes your destiny. What we speak to ourselves becomes your reality, right? We learned, and that, so much of what we are and who we are at the deep core level is on a subconscious level. And so what we're constantly speaking to ourselves consciously, I'm worried, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. We want to learn to shift that. I'm feeling anxious right now. What can I do to come back to my center? I'm feeling happy right now that I get to connect with all of you beautiful people. So what can I do to stay calm? So using those 2 powerful words very intentionally. And in the yoga practice, we use those words very intentionally because we know how powerful they are. But we also know that you get to plant those seeds. And the other day when we were doing our meditation, we did a powerful mantra and mudra, and we planted the seeds in that little pocket of space. And that's called the Sankalpa mudra. So in yoga, the Sankalpa is your intention, right? We know that your attention energizes and your intention directs your focus. So what are you focusing on? How can you focus on being in alignment with your big mission every day so that you are moving from that place of integrity? That's the question. So I am are 2 of the most powerful words in the English language. And so I told you the other day about when I was in that really dark and challenging place. And I'd introduced you to my dear friend Chirpy, who you might be able to hear squawking about in the background. To be honest, it's not the real Chirpy, but there's another rooster that's in the backyard anymore. Yeah, sorry. Sorry to break it to you. But I have a new rooster. Yes. Okay, so I would love to share a powerful tool set with you that has literally changed my life, that will help you to have the strength of your physical body, that help you to be balanced and flexible, easing back pain so you don't have to grunt and groan and get out of your chair all the time, that simultaneously also helps to balance your hormones and improve your sleep, lower your stress levels, increase your creativity, your focus, help you to have that coherent rhythm, that steady state, help you to feel happier, more energized, and a whole lot more. Because you said at the beginning, you like things that do many things simultaneously, because ain't nobody got all day to do it. Maybe you do, but why not do something that does all of that for you all at once? I think that deserves a gold star too. So, what this tool set is so powerful, is so incredible. And luckily, it's ancient. There's a lot of research backing this, there's a lot of science backing this. This is not just something I'm just pulling out of thin air. It is a powerful tool set, but I bet you didn't even realize how powerful it truly is, because it teaches you so much more about you, really helping you to unlock the power of you. And that's what I learned a few years ago when I met an ancient warrior. Because if you remember from that story that I shared with you, when I was in that struggle state of being the worn out woman, the guidance that I had was, this is not your path. There's more to you. There's more for you. You're a warrior. You'll find the way. And I didn't know what that meant per se, but I did know that I had met some warriors before and on the yoga mat. And so I decided to introduce myself to the warriors. And I learned that there's an ancient story behind the warrior poses that I'm going to share with you now. A story that is a metaphor that is so deep and rich in meaning that when we jump in today, it really just is an introduction. And there's going to be a lot in there for you already. But because inside the story, every one of the characters has something to teach you about you, because we can learn to see ourselves in everything, right? Because we're all connected to everything. And when we can learn to see ourselves and we can learn to grow and witness and evolve, this is a powerful tool. So I will tell you before we go to our yoga mat that it is kind of a wild story. It is a wild story. And there's grief and there's fire and there's explosion and there's anger and there's love and there's so much. There's the whole gamut is in there. But I want you to keep an open mind because it's a metaphor. The story is a metaphor as a warrior goes on the journey to conquer the most challenging of all opponents. The warrior goes on a journey to learn how to go to battle against the most powerful thing that we all encounter. You want to guess what the warrior is going to battle with? And ultimately, well, I won't tell you that part, but what is the warrior going into battle with to try to conquer? What do you think? What do you think it is? It's not a beast, although it can feel like a beast. Talks a lot of nonsense. Yes, close, Regina. Yes. Yes. Ultimately, the warrior learns how to go into battle and ultimately conquer the mind, which is what we've been speaking to this whole time, right? Learning how to quiet that noisy chatter in your head so that you can learn how to think on purpose. That's the essence. That's the essence of the mind. The mind is not ourselves. We are not our minds. We can observe our minds. You are the spirit. You are the awareness that witnesses all of that. You are the unchanging essence, the spark of divine light. That's you. That's yourself. You're not this. You can watch this. You can learn how to control that. It's a beast. Yes, to control the ego. Exactly. So shall we get started? I'm going to take this off so that you can see me. Go over here, go to full screen. Okay, so go ahead and go lay down on your yoga mat, please. Lay down on your back. And I'm going to have you bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the mat. So you're going to relax down onto your back. I'm just going to apologize. It is a little bit shadowy this morning, just the time of the day right now. But go ahead and lay down on your back, please. So as we go into our yoga practice today, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time it is for you, honor yourself. You know yourself the best. So do only what feels good. And we will be here in our practice for about 25 minutes. Okay, so go ahead and lay down on your back. And I want you to bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the floor. You're going to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat, and I want you to begin to observe your breath. Laying down on your back, let yourself settle, let yourself relax. And I want you to begin to take your breath to a steady, even rhythm. Remember that graph. We want your breath to be steady and smooth. Remember, the two of the most powerful words in the English language are I am. And every time we get on the yoga mat, every practice that you'll do with me, we set an intention for the practice to activate a powerful tool, an essential quality of the warrior that you already have within you. And today, I want to remind you of how powerful you truly are. So I want you to take a big, deep breath in. And in your mind, I want you to say the words, I am powerful. Notice how that feels in your body. And now I want you to think about a time in your life when you did feel truly powerful. I want you to recall a memory of when you felt very powerful. I want you to begin to feel that in your body. Notice what it awakens within you. And now say it again. As you feel that elevated emotional state, say it again to yourself. I am powerful. Notice if it feels any different. And now we're going to add one more layer. That when you say it next time, I want you to say it and use your breath. You're going to say it to yourself on the exhale because your breath carries a powerful life force energy that is your prana, your mana, your chi, your essence. So breathe in and say it again. Feel it in your body. I am powerful. And as you listen to the story, I want you to begin to witness all of the characters and see if you can see yourself in any of them. Keep your mind present. That's one of your most powerful tools, and ultimately the work of the yoga practice, to learn to control your mind. The definition of yoga is a calming and quieting of the waves of the mind. Yoga chitta vritti nirodhanam. Yoga is the quieting of the fluctuations of the mind. So focus and just listen. This story begins, like many good stories do, with the tale of two lovers. These lovers have been together for eternity. They adore each other on every level of their being. We have Shiva, a powerful god who is the god of destruction. He dances the dance of destruction so that cycles can come to an end and begin anew. He's known for his wild temper. He's known to sit in meditation for thousands of years at the top of the mountain and just be. He loves Shakti. Shakti is a beautiful human who is the divine expression of all things gentle and compassionate, soft. She is the divine expression of the feminine aspects of you. She is human. Shiva is God. So they have been in love for centuries. And her father, who's also a human, despises their relationship. Think of what you just learned about Shiva. He just sits in meditation. When he wakes up, he's got a raging temper and he explodes and causes all sorts of havoc. So her father doesn't approve of their relationship. And so he decides to prove his point by throwing a massive party. He's spiteful. He invites everyone, every god, every human, except for two. You can guess who didn't get the invite to the party. But she heard about it. Shakti heard about it. And as she did, she was hurt. She was upset. She was offended. She felt left out. Have you ever felt like that? She got so upset that she went to Shiva and said, I'm going to this party and I'm going to tell my father what is up with this. He needs to love you. This is important to me. She gets upset. Shiva says, you go to the party. I don't need to go to the party. He just sits and he's just being. Maybe he's avoiding the situation. Who knows? Sometimes we avoid conflict, right? So Shakti goes storming off to the party, and let's go inside the palace. It's a massive palace. It's so beautifully decorated. There's music, there's food, people are dancing, everyone's dressed to the nines, looking gorgeous, but talking about who's not there. But then all of a sudden, look who walks in the door. And she is pissed. She walks in the door. Shakti storms right up to her father. What have you done? Why don't you invite us? This is humiliating. Everyone's here but us. Why did you not invite me to this party? And she starts to get more and more and more upset. She's fired up. Have you ever lost your temper? Maybe once. She gets so upset, and her father starts listing off all the reasons. Well, he just sits in meditation. He just sits there and smokes his pipe. He just doesn't do anything good. And blah, 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 blah. And she's getting more and more upset, and to the point where she literally loses it. She explodes into flames. Keep in mind, it's a metaphor. We all have lost it, blown up, lost your cool. She explodes into flames and crumbles into a pile of ashes in the middle of the party. And everyone is shocked, devastated. They love her. And instantly, Shiva knows exactly what happened. He's deep in meditation. He's a god after all. He knows exactly what happened. And he stands up from his meditation and just into his fullest expression of rage and grief and anger and sadness. He's lost his love that he's loved for eternities. And he is furious. He's mad at himself. He's mad at Daksha. He's upset with her. He's mad at the situation, all of it. He's fuming into that anxious rage and pulls out one of his dreadlocks, throws it to the ground, and takes one big, deep, powerful breath in, and with his intention, with his focus, brings to life Virabhadra the warrior. Virabhadra emerges from the ground with 1,000 heads and 1,000 arms, and in each arm he carries a sword. And he says, "Yes, master. What would you have me do?" And Shiva looks at Virabhadra with his 1,000 heads and his 1,000 arms of the warrior that he just created to do his bidding. And he says, "Bring me Daksha's head." Keep in mind, it's a metaphor for learning to control your own mind. And so Virabhadra says, "Yes, master." And he sets off on his journey. So let's set off on your journey. Take your hands, both hands to your belly. So you're laying down flat on your back. Welcome, everybody. So you're laying down flat on your back. Your knees are bent. We're going to take a big, deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to exhale stronger, pumping your belly, squeeze in. It's like you're spitting on the ceiling, okay? Out through the mouth, in through the nose. Keep going. 20 more seconds. If it's too slow, speed it up. If it's too fast, slow it down. You get to choose. You're stoking your fire. You're pumping your abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly out through the mouth. Breathe out. I am powerful. Say it to yourself again. Breathe out. I am powerful. Feel that heat in your body as we let your arms lay out to the side. Let your knees slowly move from right to left, like windshield wipers on a car or a truck. Slowly move from right to left. Breathe as you do it. It's loosening up your back. We will go back to the story. Don't worry. We're just going to get you ready to move on the journey, activating your inner Virabhadra, your warrior self. So let's take a breath, and I'm going to have you roll off to one side. Roll to one side. Breathe in, and then carefully, slowly sit yourself up. That's it. And then take your time, and we're going to stand yourself up. Okay, so we're going to stand up and I want you to stabilize yourself and we're going to come into a powerful posture called Tadasana or mountain posture. So stand where you feel steady. That might be with your feet underneath your hips or that might be with your feet right together. Soften your knees and feel how you can connect to your feet. Press down. Let that be a grounding sensation to bring you into your body. Soften your knees and lift your belly. Do an inhale and then exhale. Draw in through your tummy. And I want you to tap the center of your chest and lift the area of the chest. So find that strong and confident, tall posture. So we lift your chest and now tap the top of your head and lift the top of your head. And now bring your hands together in front of your heart and close your eyes. Take a breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Can you find that inner stillness? Can you embody the qualities of the mountain, strong and grounded to the earth, reaching, stretching upwards to the ceiling above you? See if you can find the center point right behind your thumbs in the space of your heart where you know in the deepest core of your being that you are powerful. Say it to yourself again. So we want to continue to stoke that inner fire. Not quite as high as Shakti got hers, but we want to get you all warmed up. So what I want you to do is you're going to sit down into a little imaginary chair. So keep checking in with your knees. You can always have your legs straighter or a little bit more bent if that feels okay for you. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a 2-part inhale. So you're going to go sniff, sniff, ha, out through your mouth. Ha, out through your mouth. Ha, ha. See if you can connect to the rhythm of it. Ha, ha, ha. Good. Ha. Shoulders back. Ha. Keep your chest lifted. Ha. Now squeeze your belly. Ha. Keep going. What we're doing here is increasing your heart rate a little bit. Your heart is your most important muscle, so we want to make sure it is staying strong and healthy as well. Keep going. You are powerful. If you need to stop, you can. If you want to keep going, you can. Last 10 seconds. Abs up. Good. 3, 2, last one. Now breathe in, stretch up. Close your eyes, breathe out. Say it again. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Feel your heart beating. Take a breath. Breathe all the way out. Find that steady rhythm of your breath. Finding that consistent, calm state within yourself. Exhale deeply. Keep your eyes closed. So let's go back to the mountaintop. Shiva has just created Virabhadra. The warrior has 1,000 heads, 1,000 arms, and he says, go and bring me Daksha's head. Virabhadra says, yes, master. So he begins to tunnel his way down through the mountain. He's on a mission, just like you are. You have a mission in your heart. You are going after it. You are driving your way there. So what we're going to do now is imagine that you're creating a little bit of a tunnel. You have become Virabhadra on that mission. So what we're going to do is we're going to sink back down into your chair and you're going to be able to propel yourself forward by using your legs. How are you going to do that? Well, I want you to push into your right foot. Bring your fingertips together and lift your left foot up. So squeeze your belly in and up. If you need support with your balance, place your right hand on a wall or a chair, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull your abs in and I want you to begin to kick back through your left foot. Breathe in to bring your knee forward. Breathe out, take it back. You can do in and out through your mouth or your nose, but keep your abs strong as you take your foot back. So imagine that every time you kick your foot back, you're pushing yourself, you're propelling yourself a little bit further forward. You're driving yourself just like Virabhadra through the mountain, okay? If you feel steady with this, you can make it faster. That's going to throw your balance a little bit. So be okay with that. You can slow down, keep it controlled. You got to keep your abs lifted. Keep that nice, strong, tall spine though. So we want to keep that nice lift through your spine. Good. Keep going. Now we're squeezing your bum, waking up your sleeping booty. Yep. It's a thing. Got to wake it up so we can use it in the poses. Keep going. 3 more. You can always touch down, right? That's what the floor is for. 1. Now on this next one, take your foot all the way back. Rise up tall on the ball of your back foot and then pause for a second, bend your knees. Soften your jaw. Settle yourself into the pose and we're going to lift your belly. So the lift of your spine comes from your hips. We're going to lift your core, lift the front of your hips and get back into that confident posture. Like you're about to walk into a room or onto a stage. You want to hold yourself in that strong, confident posture. Now roll your shoulders back. So what are you reaching for? Take your hands in front of you. Reach forward, pull your shoulders back and down. This part, I want it to be slow and intentional. It's so important for your body to be strong, your muscles to be strong, so that yes, you can hold the poses. Yes, you can, do the different shapes on the yoga mat, but more importantly, to do the things you love, to dance, to go paddleboarding, to kayak, whatever it is for you. But so we have that strength for all activities that you love. So now let's do 3 more. Good. Now hold here on the last one, and we're going to rev up your heart a little bit more. So you're going to imagine that you are Veerbhadra, you're on a mission, you want to get to that palace because you got things to do. So you're going to drive your arms back and forth. So just take them underneath your shoulders, and then if it feels okay, you can go further back. Okay, ready? So we're going to go for 10 seconds. Go at your pace, abs on, and go. Okay, ready? Push into your feet. Go, 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 go. Abs on. We want to integrate a little cardio here. Yes, 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 yes. Keep going. Squeeze your fists if you want it to be more active. Keep going. You got to get there. You got to get there. You're in a hurry. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pause. Breathe in. Exhale. Take your hands in front of you. Clap your hands together. Cross your right thumb over your left and point your pointer fingers out in front of you. These become the swords that the warrior carries, that you carry. Take a breath in. Slowly lift your arms up. If your shoulders don't like it with your hands together, you can have your swords apart. That's okay. Okay, so just breathe. And now lift from your belly, lift your chest, lift your eyes up. That's where you're going. You're going forward and you're going up. You want to keep your eyes looking in that direction. That's where you're headed. Breathe. Good. Take another breath. So here in Warrior One, you're carving a tunnel. You're creating a pathway for yourself. So if Veerbhadra was looking elsewhere, not focusing on his vision, he would get distracted, just like us. Where are you going? Look up, take another breath, bring your hands together, bend your back leg, and step your feet together. Let's come back into your mountain posture. Close your eyes for a second, take a breath in and out, and say it again. I am powerful. Feel it in your body on every level of your being to experience it now. What you practice, you become. Take a second. Bend your knees, move your hips back, and let's loosen up through your back a little bit, rounding and then arching your spine, rounding and arching your spine. That's it. Take your time with it and let's roll up. Good. Nice big deep breath. Stretch your arms up. And then bring your hands back down. Walk your feet together. So we're going to do those kicks again. Okay. So if you need support with your balance, then place your left hand on a chair or a wall. If you're feeling comfortable with where you are, challenging it, you can keep your hands together. Take a breath. Sit your hips back. And then settle into your chair. Remember here, lift from the front of your hips. Lift your heart where you tapped. Chin stays tucked. You got to resist the round. That ouchy slouchy posture we spend too much time in, it will pull you back. We get to experience this strong posture now. Activate it now. Right foot lifts up. Start slow. Breathe in. The power comes from your right hip as you drive your foot back. We want to keep your leg pretty low to begin with to make sure it's feeling okay in your lower back. Keep your abs lifted. And you're going to kick back. You are not your past. You're pushing it back behind you, no longer needed. And you're using that to propel you forward. You have this power within you to drive yourself forward, okay? If you want to slow down, you can always tap down, yeah? You can just take it back and tap. If you feel like you want it to be more vigorous, the pace is up to you, but you have to be in control of it. Make sure you're checking in with your lower back, not feeling any pain. Your posture is strong. Keep going. Good. We'll go 3, abs lift, 2. Now take it back and lean back. Foot to the floor. Soften your knees. Exhale. You are on a mission. Warrior One. We're going to draw your shoulders back. With the front foot, your foot is stable, your toes are pointing forward, your back leg behind you is creating that action that you were just doing in that warm-up move. You're pushing your heel back, so your right glute should feel engaged. Yes? Otherwise, we want to make sure that it is, so you got to give a little squeeze, and we lift up. Roll your shoulders back, chin back. Soften your knees, pull your core in, and then we're going to take your arms and move here. So cardio is always a little light in yoga, so that's why in the Warrior's Journey and in this practice, we integrate little cardio intervals periodically to strengthen your heart. That's so important for your metabolism. Ready? Go. Good. You don't have to go far with your elbows if it doesn't feel good for you to go all the way back, but go as fast as you can. You might be bouncing a little bit. That's okay. Good. Smile and breathe. And 5, 4, 3, faster, faster. You're almost at the end. You're almost at the party. 2 and 1. And now release. Exhale. Calm, cool, collected. This time, left thumb on top. Interlace your fingers and just stop here for a second. Activate your arms as though they were swords. What is in front of you? What are you expanding your vision to include? This mudra, Kespana mudra, symbolizes your determination, your focus, the clearing of the pathway so you can experience it now. Take a breath. Exhale. Now imagine your Virabhadra. You've tunneled your way there. You're now underneath the palace. You know it. You can hear the party happening inside. Lift your eyes. Look up. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Beautiful. Now bring your hands in front of your heart. Pause. And we're going to drop your back heel down and open up into Warrior Two. So for Warrior Two, your foot is almost parallel to the back of the mat. Before we arrive into the party, though, get ready. Get ready. You know he'd take a second to just connect back in. So connect back in, lift the front of your hips, roll your shoulders back. How are you going to walk into the room? How are you going to walk into the stage? So you're going to lift up and then bend your knee. And now stretch your arms out. The swords, powerful. And now imagine he just pops through the floor of the palace, opens up his arms, stands this posture, stands his ground. Look forward at your left hand. Take a breath. Imagine the shock. 1,000 heads and 1,000 arms. They're already in shock after losing Shakti. And in comes this beast. And he says, "Who is Daksha? My master sends for you." And knowing full well what he's done and knowing full well who his master is, Daksha steps forward. Take a big deep breath. Sink down just a little bit further. Take a breath in. Good. Now come back to yourself. Can you feel how strong and powerful you are here? Take a breath. You might feel a little bit shaky. That's normal. You're getting stronger. Take a breath. Say it to yourself, I am powerful. And now bring your hands together. We're going to just pivot around to the other side. Okay, so adjust. Your back foot should be now your left foot is parallel, almost parallel. Check in with your ankles. Sometimes it doesn't feel good to be parallel. It's okay. But before you go, strengthen up, rise up tall. So we always want to ground down and then rise up and then bend your knee towards the middle of your foot. Press into the pinky edge of your foot so that you can see the inner edge. If you look down and you see your knee falling in, that means, yes, maybe you have a sleeping booty. It's okay. We will wake it up together. So we want to push down into your feet as much as you can and then lift your chest up, shoulders back. Take your arms out, but you now know these aren't just arms. They're swords. They are tools that you have, but they come from your heart. So lift your heart, stretch your arms out. Breathe deeply. So in the story, we have both the masculine, the structure, the activation, the doing. So how can you do the elements of the pose? But we always balance that with the softness, with the essence of gentleness, the essence of who and how you are being. So are you gripping to hold tight, or are you just letting it be and you're breathing in and out slowly? Check in. How can you bring those both into the pose? Take another breath. So now we look in front of us. What target is in front of you? What are you expanding your vision to include for this year? What is in front of you? Set your sights on it and activate the energy of it, the North Star emotions of it. Activate that now. And now exhale, bring your hands together. And we're going to walk your back foot in a couple times and step back up into your mountain pose. And just close your eyes again. Breathe deeply. Come back to your center. Feel your heart beating. Resist the temptation to adjust your shirt, wiggle. Just be. Practice presence. When we're in the go, 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 in the state of the worn out person, we practice a lot of chaos. We practice a lot of worst case scenario. But how can you practice being present? How can you practice finding that consistently calm state within yourself now so that you know it so deeply that you can use it anywhere, anytime? That's your true power. That's awakening your inner warrior. Take another breath. And now walk your feet back together a little closer. So Daksha steps forward and says, in the quietest voice ever, "That's me. I'm Daksha." And Virabhadra, standing in his warrior stance with the power of 1,000 swords and the power of Shiva within him, the power of all potential and possibility within him, just like you do too, says, "All right, well, my master sends for you." And so he sinks down a little deeper into his warrior two. He sinks down a little further, and Daksha's standing there shaking, understandably shaking, as he's not sure what's about to happen. And Virabhadra leans forward and in one fall swoop takes off his head. Keep in mind, it's a metaphor. It's not the end of the story. Don't worry. But we got to practice that part. Okay, so what we're going to do is take your knees and feet together, sit your hips back. Okay, so you've already have this awareness within you because of what we've done already. So you're going to lift your belly. You're going to pull your shoulders back. So tuck your little arms in like your swords, right? Remember when we were doing the, okay, so you're going to pull your shoulders back, create that connection through your upper back, ground through your right foot, and we're going to lift your left foot. So what I want you to feel for here is that we're going to use that kick like we used before. We're going to use that as the propelling you back with the leg, and that will help you to move forward simultaneously. Just like in Warrior One, we need that element, or we need power and control of Warrior Two, because Warrior Three is a balanced pose, and so it can feel a little wobbly. It can feel a little uncertain, so just be patient. So take a breath in. What I want you to do first is lift your abs, hold your strong posture, and now give a big kick with your left foot. And your foot might be on the ground, or it might be up a little, or it might be up a lot, but drive your foot back. Now keep it lifted. And now imagine yourself like an arrow being propelled forward towards the target that is your vision, and just breathe. Watch the mind and just breathe. Stretch your leg back. You can always touch down. If you're familiar with the pose, you may begin to tilt forward a little bit more. You may stretch your arms out in front of you. It really doesn't matter what you do. Your warrior is you. You can rock it however you want, but breathe. Maybe now let's all stretch our arms back. Propel yourself forward. 3, 2, 1. Come in for the quietest landing ever. Take a second. Close your eyes. You know what to do. I am powerful. Say it. Say it on the breath out. Feel it in your body. Even if your mind is screaming other things, feel it in your body. Let your mind come back to that knowing. And now, let's do the other side. So let's exhale. Sit back, pause and breathe. Reconnect. Shoulders pull back, tuck your elbows in, tuck your chin. Hold that strong posture, just like mountain pose. So you have those elements within you already. You're already familiar. So that's why we do those, to build up into the other poses. So now let's lift the left foot. Bring your fingertips together. It helps with your balance. Breathe. Remember, you can use the wall or chair for support. Lots of layers, lots of options. And now exhale. Remember, we drive the foot back, and when your foot goes back, you got to make sure your right glute is on, because it's very important for the structure of the pose. So breathe, Good. Now lift. Now propel yourself forward like Virabhadra, ready for action, like an arrow charging forward towards your target. That's it. You can always touch down. You can always try again. Keep breathing. Good. Now kick, kick, kick. Stretch your arms either back or forward. Breathe. Abs lift. Maybe your legs lift a little bit more and up, up, up. And now come in for a gentle landing. And then place your foot down on the ground. And once you get your foot down on the ground, close your eyes. No one can see you anyway. So just shake, 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 shake. Rock it like a rooster, right? Remember, Chirpy, he does a little shakes throughout the day. So shake it off. Let your body shake. Your dog does this. Your cats do this. Roosters do this. Just shake a little bit. Shake, 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 shake. Now breathe in. All the way to the top of the breath. And then breathe out. Come back to your center. Come back to your breath. Take another breath here. Focus your mind. Resist the temptation to move. Practice presence. It's a lot more challenging than you might expect to stand still, to be still. So let's go ahead and lay all the way down on your back, please. I know you must be just chomping at the bit. You got to know what happened to Daksha. You got to know. Go ahead and lay all the way down on your back, please. So imagine the room. Let's go back into the room. Shakti, already having combust into flames, and now Daksha. All the guests are just floored. What is going on at this party? Oh my God, that's what's happening. Everyone's freaking out. There's chaos ensuing because Virabhadra, as you might remember, is not a nice looking fella. And look what he just did. And now bring your knees from side to side and pause in the center. And walk your feet together and let your knees open apart from each other. So your knees open apart from each other. If that doesn't feel good in your body, then you can do this inner thigh stretch with your feet off the floor and your knees wider towards your armpits. Okay, so there's lots of ways to accomplish it. And then just rest. Wherever you are, just rest. So as soon as Virabhadra had done that, Shakti instantly regains her physical form at the loss of her father. And she comes back and knows, takes one look at Virabhadra and knows exactly who sent him. And she looks up and says, Shiva, I'm back. I know you did this. You have to fix it right now. I don't care what you do, but you need to fix this right now. And Shiva, in his divine form, appears into the party, tail between his legs, knowing that he's made a mistake. We've all done that, but he wants to make amends. And he takes one look at Virabhadra and what has happened, and he knows he's made a mistake, and he feels horrible, and he wants to make it right. And so he takes a look around, and he finds a suitable head, puts it back on Daksha's body, takes a big deep breath in, takes the breath in and breathes all the way out. And with the powerful breath of intention, brings him back to life. Daksha is so grateful to be back. He's so grateful to be alive that he decides that the party is actually a celebration of their love instead. So take a moment here. You're going to lift your knees up, stretch your legs out, maybe if that feels good in your body. Stretch your arms beside you with your palms facing up. Close your eyes and just breathe. And just let that reverberate within you. That we've all had moments where we lose our temper, where we want to make things right, where we learn from our mistakes, and where we can make it right and not repeat them in the future. You have a mission that's been given to you by the universe, God, nature, and you are charging forward on it. There will be obstacles in your path, but you have the determination in your heart. You have the tools, you have the seeds, you have the intention. You can experience yourself as you truly are, a powerful warrior. Just let all of that just rest in your heart and just breathe. for a few breaths here as we let it settle. Let's take a big deep breath in and breathe it all the way out. Keep your body as restful and as quiet as possible as you begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then start to wake yourself up. So please bend your knees and place your feet on the mat. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your tummy and give yourself a hug. Nurturing that beautiful spirit of yours, giving yourself some well-deserved love and attention. Just like a gold star, but a hug for your physical body. And then roll to one side. So we are very intentional with rolling to the side so that we wake yourself up slowly. It's kind of the difference between waking up on your own and waking up to an alarm. So move over gently onto your side. And then when you're ready, please go ahead and sit yourself up. Sit yourself up tall, however is comfortable for you, either legs out or legs under you, crossing your legs, and bring your hands together in front of your heart. And remembering the Sankalpa Mudra. So you bend your fingers and you take your hands and create a little diamond shape. Start there. So the base of your hands connect. Drop it down in front of your heart and lift your heart towards your thumbs. Tuck your chin. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, let the breath go through your hands and carry with it that intention once again. So knowing that that seed is within you, you are nurturing it through your breath, your awareness, your intention, nurturing it through your mind, your body, and your spirit, and it is blossoming. So let's watch it blossom. So keep the base of your hands together, pinkies and thumbs touch, and let the other fingers open like a flower. This is called Padma or Lotus Mudra. So open your hands so they create a little bit of a flower shape. Pull it in front of your heart and take another big deep breath in. And breathe out. Let the breath go through the hands again, nourishing the flower with the breath. And as you breathe in, let your breath flow over your hands like you're sipping in the scent of the most beautiful flower, your favorite scent in the world. Exhale deeply, bowing your head to that beautiful lotus, the lotus of your heart, that you are nurturing through your love, through your time, through your attention, through this practice on every layer of your being, so that you can continue to share it with the world. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Excellent work. And now let me know in the chat, what do you think of the story? It's kind of fun, isn't it? Does it change how you see the poses? Of course, there's a lot more layers to it about the architecture of like what's actually happening. Oh, my assistant is here. Of what's actually happening in the poses while you do them, the different architecture. Hey, dude. Bailey wants to say hi. He's like, put me down. The different architecture of the poses and how you can begin to activate the muscles, opening up flexibility, allowing those true essence. Each one of the warriors has key qualities that we really lean into activating on every level of your being so that you can experience it now. But what we're doing there is learning how to create a practice that brings together your mind, your body, and your spirit. So you're using the affirmations, you're using the breath work, you're using the movement to truly and deeply experience it now, while also simultaneously getting all of the benefits of core and cardio and strength and flexibility and balance, which you now know are the key elements of your physical vitality. So all in one session. That's Fun, right? Okay, so interesting story, right? Hi, Bailey. It's truly incredible. Lovely. Yay. Good, good. Powerful story. Deep inside, feeling very aligned. OMG, the cutest. Yes, he's cute. He doesn't like being, he's friendly. He normally just lays in the back and sleeps on the ground in all my sessions, but he likes to say hi every now and again. He's a friendly fella. Yes. So integrating some of the cardio components, because your heart, arguably your most important muscle. So I would love to know, what is your biggest takeaway from today before we sign off for today? What is your biggest takeaway from today? Let me know in the chat. And I want you to, while you're coming up with that, I want you to think about for a second, just imagine what your life will feel like when you're doing stuff like that consistently, how you'll feel that aligned and that calm sensation, so that is your truest essence. And that's how you're showing up every day. Do you see how that would create beautiful ripple effects into your life when your body is strong and your mind is clear and your heart is happy and you're having the tools to make this part of your day consistently, make it part of your morning routine, without having to try to figure it out and how to piece it all together. You are a warrior. Yes. You love the story. You are the sword. Yes. We have the tools, right? And so in the pose, you're not just dangling around with your arms. You're really activating them. That's very important. You love Bailey. Oh, good. He loves you too. He's a really lovely guy. What a brilliant integration of physicality and mental prowess. Yes. Love it, right? Let's do it all together. We don't have time to do all the things for hours and hours. We just do them all together all at once. I've never put yoga with cardio. Yes, it's so good. It's so good. And that's why inside the Warrior's Journey, there's interval sessions so that you integrate cardio on those days when you need a little something, something, or when you have a little more energy. We also do strength training. We also do yoga. So you'll get to pick what your need for that day. Shake it off, the breathing. Yes, yes, I am powerful. Yes, love it. All right, so the homework for today, the post is the same, but it says day 2. I want you to think about right here, right now, before we sign off. I want you to think about, close your eyes for a second, and I want you to feel in your being, the feeling that you have right now. Is there a color to it? Is there a color to it? Is there a color to it? And what I want you to do as your homework for today, if there's a color to it, or maybe it's kind of more of a feeling or a memory, I want you to find an image. I want you to find an image, or I want you to find something in your home that is that color. Purple. Regina says hers is purple. I want you to find something in your home that, or in your space or online, I want you to find something that is that color. And I want you to drop it in the homework thread for today. Because what I want you to do is have a visual cue. Right? Because we know how quickly the shitty committee, the saboteurs want to throw you off your game. So we need, all of these different tools starting to integrate, and even just having the visual reminder of that color. So maybe you change your screensaver to it. Maybe it's a necklace or something that I want you to begin to see that, so that throughout the rest of the day, today and tomorrow, that you see that color and you're like, yes, I am powerful. Okay. Because I want you to begin to weave that so it's an anchor. Okay. So anybody else have a color? You love integrating the mudras? Yes, I love the mudras. Aren't they awesome? Did you like this? That's really quite powerful, right? Here's the seed. Here's the flower. Oh, so magical. And you agree on the cardio, something you do not enjoy. I'll make it fun. Don't worry. Morna feels more awake in her body, calm and warm. Yes, love it, love it, love it. Love the warrior poses. You're so welcome, lovey. And Julie, it's a blending of 2 colors. Ooh, okay. Maybe it's a side by side, or maybe it's what are those called? I'm thinking melange, but I don't think that's the right word. A blend. All right, so I can't wait to see what color it is for you all. I'm so grateful. I know today was a bit longer, but I know you were loving the yogas. And so let me know if you have any questions. Make sure to share your takeaways in the group. You are powerful. You get to decide how you show up and move your body. You are a purposeful powerhouse. That is your true essence. Finding that steadiness within yourself. That's the key. Mine is almost blue like your ring. Oh, lovely. Cool. Turquoise. This is a turquoise stone. Yay. Love it. All right, loves. Well, mark your calendars for Friday. Make sure to do your homework. Drink some water. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. So grateful for each and every one of you. And I will see you soon in the group. Okay. So if you know anybody else that loves yoga or warrior poses or learning, definitely grab the share link, because they can have lots of time to get caught up, and they would appreciate it. And so would I. All right. Thank you for another powerful session, Christine. You're welcome yes, thank you for being here. So much love and gratitude to all of you. And Bailey sends his love as well. And we will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.